In this tutorial, you will learn how to locate the full text of articles that you would like to read. In the previous two videos, the articles that we found had a PDF available, so you could open and start reading those articles immediately. But as you do library research, you'll find that some of the articles you'd like to read do not have the PDF included. There just isn't a copy of the article that you can start reading immediately on your computer. This happens because these library databases include just thousands and thousands of journals, and the library isn't able to subscribe to all of them. So a lot of the times you'll be able to find the full text of the article immediately, but sometimes, depending on your topic, you won't be able to go all the way to the full text. You'll be able to read an abstract, which will help you decide if you'd like to read the article, but we won't have the full article for you to read right away. But there are some steps you can take to locate the articles that you would like to read. Sometimes if you find an article that doesn't have a PDF, you might be tempted to just choose something else. But just remember, there's always a way for the library to get the articles for you. It just might take a little bit longer. So that's what we'll be going over in this video, how to get the full text if it's not available right away. So right now we're looking at results in the OneSearch database for scholarly articles on texting and driving. And if we scroll down to number 4 on our results, you'll see that underneath the title, instead of having a PDF, it says Full Text Finder with a little green icon next to it. And if I click on the title of this article, it will take you to the page in the database that describes this article. And if you look over here on the left, instead of having that PDF, we still just have our full text finder link with that little green icon. And we have an abstract for this article. And if you read this abstract and decide that you would like to read this article, what we can do is just go over here to full text finder and go ahead and click on this link. And the database is going to see if it can locate this article in one of the other library databases. So I just always click on this link if I find an article I'd like to read that does not have a PDF but has full text finder. So we'll click on that, and it is trying right now to locate this article for us. And it worked in this case. It just redirected us over to this database called Science Direct. It's just one of the other library databases. And we've got this page that describes this article, but there's also an icon that says download PDF. And if we click on that, that's going to open up the article and we can just start reading it immediately. We have the copy of this article. And I always, when I get redirected to these other library databases, just kind of browse the page to look for a PDF or something that says full text. But this will happen really frequently where let's go back to the previous page, where if you find an article like this that you'd like to read and it has the full text finder link, you'll just click on that and you'll get redirected to another library database and the article will be just right there. But in some cases, it won't work out that well. It won't redirect you to that other article database and the PDF won't be available. So that is when it takes a little bit of extra time to track down the article. So if we go back to our results, if we look at number 1 on this list, this texting while driving article, see how underneath here, it doesn't have a PDF and it doesn't have that full text finder link. And if we click on this title, it's the same over here on the side, over on the left. There's no PDF, there's no full text finder link. So in this case, most likely the library does not subscribe to this journal or this year that this article was published, and so we don't have the article. And in that case, we would use what's called Interlibrary loan to get this article for free through another library. But I always like to double check just to make sure that we don't have it before I use Interlibrary loan, just to see if we have it to save yourself some time. So what we can do to double check this is I'm going to go here to the source line, and this first item, Information Systems Management, this is the name of the journal where this article was published. And I'm just going to copy this and then go to the library's homepage. And I'm going to pull up this database called Journals by Title. I'm going to go to the Find and down to this option for Journals by Title. And this is going to take us to a database that just lists all of the journals the library subscribes to. And I'm going to paste the name of the journal into this box and hit search. And it's going to look to see if the library has access to this journal. So Information Systems Management actually did come up on our list. It's the first journal title that's showing up here. And underneath it shows all the databases that include this journal and then the year that we subscribed to. So I'm going to go back to my article, and I see that it was published in 2016. And I'm going to go look and see if by chance we do have this article. But if we look, see this one only goes up to 2007, and these other three say that we have access up to the present, but that there's a full text delay of 18 months. So that means the most recent 18 months aren't included in our subscription. So since this article was from 2016, that's why I cannot access it, is because of this delay. And it's a restriction that the publishers put in place that's kind of tricky. But this is why I wasn't able to get the PDF, is because we don't subscribe to this new of an article from this journal. So now I know that I do want to go ahead and use Interlibrary Loan to get this article. So I'm going to go back to the library's homepage, and down toward the bottom on the right, you will see the option for Interlibrary Loan right here. And if we click on this title, it's going to take us to a page that gives you a little bit more information about this system and the contact information for the person that runs this program. But if we just go here to log in, you're going to log into your account. This is going to take us to our Interlibrary Loan program. Now, if you've actually never used this system before you get to this page, it will ask you for a little bit of contact information for you and could kind of set up your account. We didn't see that page because I have used this service before, so it just took me straight into my account. But from here, to request an article, I'm going to go over here to the side to New Request and Journal Article, and I can just go ahead and fill in all of the information about this article and then hit Submit Request. And this is completely electronic and free. I don't have to pay anything for this service, and when it's ready for me, I'll just get an email letting me know that it's ready, and I'll come back to this account, and my article will be ready for me to download. It'll show up right here in the middle under electronically received articles. I don't have any available right now, but if you've submitted a request, this is where it'll show up, and there'll be a little PDF for you to download. Now, just the important thing to keep in mind is that this does take up to 2 business days. So if your assignment is due tomorrow, you're not going to have enough time to use Interlibrary Loan. But if you've kind of planned ahead and given yourself enough time, if you've given yourself at least 2 days, you will be able to get the article using this service. Now, the other way that you can submit a request is if I go back to the database, there's an option over here on the side to request this item from another library, and you can click on that and it will fill out that Interlibrary Loan form for you. But just to kind of go back and remind you how this works, if you find an article like this that does not have the PDF over here on the side, and if there's no full text finder option or full text finder doesn't work, I'm going to go back to the library's homepage and go here to Interlibrary Loan and fill out a little request form to request this article. So either full text finder is going to be your option to get the article through another library database, or if that doesn't work, use Interlibrary Loan and we'll get the article for you for free.